Hello everybody, and welcome back to my observatory. How are we all doing today? Hello Moose, hello Grassfeld, hello Nyx, hello Ghosty, and hello Raz. How are we all doing today? I hope you guys are ready for me to get into the Ace Attorney Chronicles. I know I am. I'm very excited. I wanted to play this for like over a year at this point, but I also wanted to play all the other games that we had lined up in the same series, so I've been like leaving this. I played the first... well, I didn't play the first. I watched someone play the first case, like, back when it first came out, but I don't really remember anything from it. Hello Brillium, how's it going? Yes, more Ace Attorney. Yes, and this is an Ace Attorney where I don't have to explain lore to you guys, so it's great. Usually when I'm playing Ace Attorney, I'm like, okay, so there's this character whose father was killed by this character, and then this person came in, and it was a whole mess of having to explain everybody's backstory all the time. But now... now we are playing with a whole new set of characters. Can I get lore? No! I don't know the lore! I don't know the lore! The lore is entirely a mystery to me. I'm very excited for it. Ghosty! Thank you for gifting a sub. Wait, who did it go to? It's not telling me who got the sub. Wait, what? Don't pin a message, no! Stop. Oh, I think I just deleted it by accident. My bad. Ugh. Ugh. Sylveon and Wooper. Oh my goodness. We're gonna be joined by some friends. Oh my god, you guys. Okay. They're gonna be mini. So I need to fit all of them on here. So we're gonna be joined by Wooper. We're gonna be joined by Sylveon. We've got two friends. And then a Yoki boy. People are excited, it's okay. Ah! Get the egg on my head. Perfect. Attach it to something jiggly. Perfect. Nailed it. Someone say chaos? Don't say chaos. And also, this exists. Next, please! Thank you for gifting to Pudding Spoon and Catch Scratch Plays. It's very, very sweet of you. Yoki made it look like it got thrown. I could see like an egg being one of these things. That fish really did a bunch of flips, huh? Okay. Chaos control. Yeah, let's control this chaos. And let's check this out. Don't object to my continuing. A stretch as well? Oh my goodness. Okay, first we're gonna- ow! We're gonna reach all the way up to the sky, stretching out our back and our arms, and then we're gonna reach out to the sides. No yawning this time. Ah! You guys, please! I'm gonna reach out with my left hand like I'm saying stop and pulling back my fingers and pull them back towards your body. Ow! Please! Thank you, but ow! And again with the other side. What have I done? What have I done? We're gonna reach out with our left fist like we just punched somebody. Let's fucking fly you. They really do! Ow! We're pulling our fist down towards our bodies. And again with the other side. Please. Fucking bully your streamer day, is it? No! What have I done? What have I done? I took offense to that. They took that personally. They really did. Thank you both of you for all the biddies. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you for literally throwing money at me. Okay. Let's see if we can actually get this going. So there's the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. And then there's the Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve. So we've actually got 2 games in one here, which is pretty exciting. Don't breathe from laughing too much, please! Don't die, okay? We start with an animated scene.
The Empire of Japan. After opening its doors, a push for cultural transformation brought great waves of Western influence to this far eastern island nation. The revolution washed over the land, making life in the capital exciting and unsettling. It was a period of...
Please!
And some was swept away by the tide.
Let's get through the opening cutscene. Hello, cutie. Ow.
But for one man, the turbulence of that era was just the beginning of an extraordinary story.
Hello? We are holding a gun. That doesn't seem good for us. Gun goes pew pew. And the main character does a murder. I know you guys like tits. I'm not mad at you guys for liking tits. Just wanted to get through the animated cutscene. 2nd of November, 8:43 AM, Supreme Court of Judicature. Defendants Antechamber 5. Ow! Oh, the text! Oh, I know it hasn't actually been that long since we last played, but like, the text makes me nostalgic. I still can't believe it. I can't believe this is happening. How can it be that just beyond the doors to this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan, waiting to decide my fate? Ow! I'm gonna have to up the number of biddies it takes per piece, because this is going to crash my computer if someone sends like 100 biddies or something. That later. Oh god! You've killed me. You've honestly killed me. Ow. I'm gonna be black and blue by the end of this. Ghosty and Next crash the stream speedrun. They're really trying. Oh, no, nothing. Well, you are a scientist. What does that have to do with anything? Really said challenge accepted. He did. He did. Oh, no, nothing. Save your glares, murderer.
Time to test.
Thank you for helping me stress test the stream with tits. How was the frame rate? I was unable to see it due to the sheer number of items that were hitting my face. Sorry. Oh good, we have the history. I forgot that this is a thing that they implemented. My name is Reinosuke Naruhodo. Naruhodo's, Phoenix's name. Ah! My reaction to it is a little bit too strong, I think. That's one of the problems. Jesus Christ. But when there's just 100 of them, it just destroys my face. Like, I just get stuck in some position. My model janks, it really does. I'm a second-year student at the Imperial Yume University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. Please. Nyx. I beg of you, mercy. And now here I am. 3 days ago, I accidentally killed a man. That's just how Ace Attorney goes, though. Is it really an Ace Attorney game if we don't start it off by being accused of something? Oopsie poopsie. It's enough. Ow! Okay, that one's bugged. That one, everything just got stuck there for a second. I think we may have found its limit. 120 is his limit, yes. He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer. Hang on, did it automatically go without me telling it to? Oh? That's- oh no, he just told me to- that's enough. And who are you? I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. Lawyer? Yes, and until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. So you will hold your tongue. Is that my boy? That was my boy. You must have woken up. Right. Technicalities! Look at you! You haven't even graduated yet! And yet, I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave. Can I just say, that is a very spiky badge to have by your neck. Animated models and not just sprites, right? Right? They sort of started going in this direction in Ace Attorney 5? We didn't play Ace- of course. I did not see those, thank you for letting me know. Hello? Ara. Sorry. Awa. There we go. Awa. And yet, I still seem to know how better than you how a court officer should behave. Right, Ryunosuke? Yes, of course! Sorry. What are you apologizing to me for? Oh, no, I suppose that wasn't my fault. Really, Cosmo, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. There you go again, apologizing. Just like always. Though I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. Yume University professor murdered in cold blood by student. Ah, shit. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? Right? You didn't actually do it, did you? Of course not! You have to believe me, I didn't do it! Ow. I could never murder someone. And there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up, hold your head high. I'm done with the OOs now. You mean a whole ass bear? It just happens sometimes. I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryunosuke. Ryunosuke. Kazuma Asagi? Sogi? I don't know. I just wanted her. Asogi. My best friend, also in second year at Yume University. But he's far more clever than I, a star student in fact. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive, considering he's still an undergraduate. It's not that impressive. Bitch! Did you just read my mind? The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old, here in Japan anyway. My qualifications don't mean much, yet. You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. And I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma. Truly. 2 days ago. Yes, that's when all this started. We were on a date! I would stab myself with that badge, honestly, same. It makes me nervous. Congratulations, Kazuma. Looks like you're going to get to study abroad at last. I like how this is like actually drawn as a memory. This is neat. Who's holding the fan, making his headband flap all the time? It flaps within his spirit. I know, I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and successes in court. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself into the most sophisticated legal system in the world. I'm really happy for you, and proud as your friend. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. He's a living legend. It's like there's some sort of mysterious aura billowing around his temple. Literally. Did you see the almost crash? Next, please! But not his hair. His hair's like gently flowing in the breeze. I want to bring about change in our own legal system. Where I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. Ooh. I don't know why it didn't cackle at first! Fuck! Ow. Okay, I see, so that's why you did it. I understand now. I understand everything. And come with me. He's inviting me to England? We'd have a wild time tearing up the street of Her Majesty's City of London together. Hello, sir? 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 They're really starting off strong with the, like... They're trying to match the whole Edgeworth Phoenix thing, aren't they? Our boyfriend is so nice, isn't he? He's defending us in court and everything. If only it were that simple. Great start of Pride Month! You know what? So true. So true. Oh dear, look at the time. I better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer. And then I killed a man! After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. Partner?! Hello?! So gay. I love it. I love it. Straight after that, that's when it happened. And they were roommates. And they were partners. Asugi, can I have a word? Who dis? Oh, hello! Professor, I didn't know you were coming. Well, this case has personal significance to me. But never mind that for now. Asugi. Should go immediately to the judge's chambers. To His Excellency's chambers? Why? He was looking for you before. You advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision. Seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Oh, is he usually prosecutor? I guess they did say he was representing Japan. Which is usually the prosecutor's job. His hair looks weird from this angle. Who is this man? I feel as though I've seen him at the university before. I see. I'll go at once then. I shall accompany you. Alright then, Ryunosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom. Yes. Thanks, Kazuma. Oh, you know she's got an attitude behind all of that. Dude has a fucking sword? I mean, Edgeworth was literally called Edgeworth. I believe his Japanese name was a reference to swords as well. Is this guy related to... I was saying before, I don't know whether or not Kazuma is related to Edgeworth, but I do know that Ryunosuke is related to Phoenix Wright by blood. You can do it? Oh, I don't want to spoil you. Ugh, this is awkward. If I may. Yes, sorry? You must be the defendant, Ryunosuke Hanaruhodo, I believe. Yes, yes, that's right. My name is Eugene Mikotoba. I am a professor of forensic medicine at Yume University. Ah, Professor Mikotoba. I've heard that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Asogi has told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. You and he are roommates, I understand. As such, I feel you should know. Know what? Well, as you've no doubt heard, Asogi has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, he should fail to defend you in today's trial. No pressure or anything! I'm afraid that permission will be revoked. Never granted again. Fuck me! He takes on one client, and if he gets the... if the client that he's defending just happens to be actually guilty? That's such a bullshit... Okay. What? I found a silly spoiler that I'm looking forward to now. Oh dear. Ah, as I suspected, you were unaware of this. I had a feeling Asogi may have chosen not to tell you. He's agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered? Then I'm probably gonna guess that he's not. They were pretty obvious about the whole Phoenix Wright thing. I like how one of these guys looks like the judge. But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? Why would the government do such a thing? It seems like bullshit to me. The administration is to choose from a large number of applicants for overseas study. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission even in the most favourable of circumstances. Leave it. But I didn't do it! I swear it! I'm not a murderer! I'm sure that's true, nevertheless. I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. See, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial. Oh no. Sorry? What do you mean? Soon understand once proceedings get underway. But then what should I do? Well, naturally I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Right, so as soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do. This feels bad. I do? But what will the question be? Surely not, do you accept the accusations before you? Of course not. Oh, it's weird seeing the bailiffs actually, like, speak. Will you marry me? Do you take your defense attorney as your lawful wedded roommate? Ryunosuke's descendant is written down as Phoenix Wright, so Kazuma's not Eji's ancestor. Damn it! Okay. But the parallels are there! The parallels are there! Seem our surreptitious discussions are to be cut short. So allow me to summarize. Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Oh my god, are we going to take the defense lawyer position? I was gonna say that it's weird that we're being defended and not actually defending ourselves. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the defense lawyer position so that Asugi doesn't have to take the fall for us if we fail. And he's gonna be like our counsel. Of course, as the defendant, the final decision is yours. Are you waiting to be found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving, there's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway. Jesus Christ, Mr. Bailiff! This is it. This trial goes badly. This is so visually interesting. They've really changed a lot. Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad are over, and what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. So, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. My one and only chance of proving my innocence. The trial that would decide my destiny. Yep, that's me. I'm sure you're wondering how I ended up in this situation. I went on a date and then had a gun in my hand for some reason. Right as a man got shot. I look so nervous! I think Kazuma's just like, same shit as always. So this is a courtroom. Supreme Court of Judicature. No court in the land has more power. I don't much like the look of those people sitting in the public gallery. They look a lot like the people who were just shit-talking me. Lots of military and other uniforms in there. I'm loving the flowy headband. Same. The powers that be have demanded that this be a secret trial. Ooh. Secret trial? Trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. What? But why? It'll become clear in time. For now. You need to concentrate, Torinosuke. About to begin. Oh my god! Oh, hello! Fancy judge! With this fancy beard. Court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. That's not soy, that's pain. Fucking ouchie! Ouchie! Oh no. You just realized? What's his first name gonna be, I wonder? The prosecution is ready, Your Excellency. As is the defense. Before we begin, one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. That is correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normal procedure is for the defendant's advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to trial. As this is unusual circumstances, I'm obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Ah, this is what we have to do the thing for. Oh, sorry, that's... I'm just fucking with my, I've got a fidget spinner on my desk that I found. I was just playing with it. Sorry, I didn't realize it could be picked up. As this is an unusual circumstance, I'm obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? Me! I do! This must be the question. Who's going to defend me? That's the question the professor meant. But then, if I say I do... I need to answer quickly. What should I do? Can you say your friend? Well, I guess we were told what to do. Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. My face! As I'm standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear who will advocate. What is the meaning of this unruly outburst? I would like to inform the court that I, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, will be defending myself. He's so sweet. You what? What are you playing at, Ryunosuke? Professor Mikotoba told me everything, just now before the trial. Did what? He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose. How sad. It means you don't have faith in me. Ah! No! No! That's not what it means! That's not what it means! Wait, can I go back? I think I won't be able to get you... Look, Kazuma, look. It's not that really, it's just that. Hey yo. Well, in the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you... Yes. I knew that's how you'd feel, which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor Mikotoba shouldn't have stuck his nose in. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial. Caught in 4K! No! The courtroom! Where else? Where else is it to be? Hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial. Well, well. Does the accused admit defeat already? Renouncing his own counsel? Really?
Objection!
Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent he's confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? Hmm? Oh, yes, exactly! Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. Things you can say in the bedroom, but not in the courtroom. In fact, my mind's a complete blank. Oh, he's doing the Phoenix sprite poses. That's cute. I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered. Please don't look at me like that, Kazuma. It makes me feel things. Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court. You must have perpetrated a most heinous crime indeed. Shut up, Ouchie. As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of the Judicature of Japan. Oh my goodness. That is such a mouthful every time they say it. Accordingly, very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Because of a time and place, please, for real. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo? Naruhodo? Yes, Your Excellency. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you've undertaken. My competence? What does that mean? Love the main character's name is I see / I understand. Yeah, it's Phoenix's name too, if I remember correctly. Obviously because they're descendants, but you know, names can change. He's questioning your ability to do the job. Well, he can't be questioning it more than I am. Let's start with the very simplest of questions. Who is the defendant? Me. Oh, yes. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Well, that's easy enough. I heard his name more times than I care to remember. But, wait. My mind's gone blank. I'm so nervous, I can't even remember that! What was it again? Ryunosuke. Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank? Mm-hmm. You know me so well. All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record. But I can't even find that. Simple. You can access the court record with the press of E. If you ever find you've forgotten something, just consult that. It's all in there. You have to press E for the court record? Right, there's no time to lose. Always wear it on the collar of my uniform jacket. People. I'm guessing this is the victim. 23. Qualified defense lawyer. Taketsuchi. I don't get the name. I don't get the name pun, unfortunately. I get ouchie, obviously. The name pun only works in Japanese. That's what I kind of figured. You'll find details about the victim in here. When you're done, just press C to go back. Yeah. John H. Wilson! Victim of this case, he was a visiting professor of medicine. Oh, I see. That's why this is such a massive deal. Because he's a white man. So remember, everything to do with the current case can be found in the court record. He does have a sweet face. It's a shame he got exploded by a bullet. Now, you better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on. Find the victim in the people section. Yes. See.
Yes!
Oh, my cat is screaming. What boy? The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is supposed to be a John Watson. Particularly because we have a Sherlock Holmes later on as well. Not quite a Sherlock Holmes, but a knockoff Sherlock Holmes. I know that much about this game. But at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university. Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England, invited to Yume University 3 years ago. Indeed, which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. Tell me about the implications! The British Empire is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. And as most of you will be aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. Screaming! My mum is downstairs. Boy. Can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. Goodness, even more long phrases that I have to wrap my tongue around. And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt on our soil. You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial Yume University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education. Have you no honor? Have you no honor? Oh, but I didn't do it. Case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court, therefore, wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for his crime. Or this crime, sorry. Who wants to bet it's that waiter with the glasses who came running in during the cutscene? Do you remember the guy with the glasses? With, like, the black and white hair? And that's why this trial has these unusual peculiarities, is it? Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. It's already been 3 days. And all because the victim was an Englishman. Yep. That tracks. Yeah, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. It's them, it is! The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. Do an English class tomorrow then, partner. Bye. Bye, partner. The British Empire. Wow, it's incredible to think. Wait. Oop. There he is. I think the man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still. I'll go and say hello. Oh no, we spoke to him! So I went over to the professor's table. I introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. Oh. Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. How did this Professor of Medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? Doctor as well. State before the court the cause of death. Cause of death? Isn't that the prosecutor's? I mean, sure. Hang on, we have the court record. Death occurred a little after 2 PM and was caused by a loss of blood from a gunshot to the chest. The bullet did not pass through the victim's body. Ugh. Well, I guess his cute face wasn't ruined, at least. Ryunosuke. Remember that in the court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence. By evidence? But how? Yay! Corpse still has a cute face! Heartwarming. Corpse still has cute face. I'm gonna steal it. Use it for my own reasons. Find a piece of evidence, da-da-da, and then present it.
Yes!
Yes! Well... Oh my god, with the papers! Oh! According to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma. Oh, bless you, little man. Learn to read, you imbecile. That's the post-mortem report, I take it. Sorry, yes, that's right. The, post-mortem report. In the West, a doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way. Well, that's sus! As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later. The fact that it is that lax makes me wonder whether or not he did in fact die from a gunshot wound. So the cause of death may be up for debate. Exactly. Exactly. So-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. I mean, he sure does look like he got shot though, let's be honest. Looks like he's, like, haven't even started his food. You can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the Powser explosion. Oh god, surely we don't have to talk about the fingerprints of a gun. Not in this age. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range. Thank you, counsel. Court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the record. Yeah, the fact that he hasn't any blood makes me question, like... Was he already dead when he got shot? Suggesting that someone might have scorched his jacket? Maybe, but we do know shot from the front of the chest as well, which is interesting. That's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. Clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. Very well, I am satisfied with your answers. Let us start the trial. Okay. Certainly, Your Excellency. So without further ado, in order to better appraise the court with the facts of the case, the prosecution hereby calls its first witness, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened. Oh, this is it then. Well, he's got to, right? He's got to have a nasally. He's a look based on his descendants. Like, you've gotta. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. Professor, you mean Dr. Mikotoba? Yes, clearly you're the defense lawyer today, not me, but that doesn't mean that he can't help me. I can still act as your assistant. Yeah, you're my co-counsel, or whatever. When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Arasugi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. A little smirk. Shut up. He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he? Maybe, but any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. Look, I can't! Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stares first. Stop flirting, you two! Him! It's the first case, he's the only witness, it's gotta be him. Also, I also like him. He is very handsome, and I think he's... yes. But I also think he's a murderer, but that doesn't mean much. That doesn't take much away from my opinion of him. He does, kind of. That's just because we're used to, sorry, hang on. Witness, state your name and occupation for the court. That's just because we're used to the killer having to have his arm up, like, because he was in a sling. Of course, my name is Satoru Hasunaga. I'm the head waiter at a Western-style restaurant called La Carnival. Oh, well, this is like, what? Victorian era, so like, yeah. Are you alright? Thin and tall? I mean, true. He's pretty and I hate it. The regular occurrence, it really doesn't bother me. He just wiped blood. Yeah, he coughed and he coughed up blood. Look, it's the Victorian era. Like, it's not. It really, really should. As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. The grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants, a what? Occidental eatery. 3 days ago. What? Everyone knows that if you cough up blood, especially in historic times, you're basically dead. Understood, Hosonaga-san. Will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. At once, sir. No petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Oh, aspiring maybe, but aspiring? It's just after 2 PM on the day in question. We have few diners at that time of day. Time rush was over. There were only— I don't like how, like, his eyes are reversed. Do you guys see this? You might not be able to see this, but he's like, he's got dark and then light where the pupil is. The lunchtime rush was over and there were only 3 tables still occupied. It fits in with my memory of it too. Hardly anyone— ah! Thank you. I had almost forgotten that Tits was on. This is my memory of it too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. was when I was in the kitchen putting away crockery and cutlery. I had to look up Occidental. This just in! Boba forgot about his tits! Well, don't say it like that! Yeah, I literally don't know what Occidental means. What, please enlighten me. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what happened. Found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. Standing immediately beside him, gun in his hand, was the accused university student. What? No! It just means Western. Yes! Oh, I guess it's probably like the partner to Oriental, maybe? I don't know. It's just, it's fallen out of use since, so nobody fucking knows what it means. Hold on, let me just clarify something here. While I did pick up a gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot him. Objection! That was such a great objection sound. Ouchie, you're horrendous. I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur. But he actually does have a nasally voice too. I mean, let's be real, I was going for that because I knew how his descendants sounded, which is like, objection! Objection! It's very nasally. Next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, Defendant Naruhodo. Don't worry, Ryunosuke. You'll have your chance to fight back. Just listen for now, you dumb bitch. For now, we must quietly listen to the way you basically did just say the thing I just said. If I may confirm one point, waiter. Standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see in court today. Yes, without question. See. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim? Are you okay? I don't know. I don't think he is. But like, I think he's not okay in like, you know, he's got a chronic thing that's gonna slowly whittle him down to death rather than like he's about to imminently die. Maybe not, who knows. There's no one else around the table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. Huh? Wait, what? What did you say? There was no one else around that table? That's alright, Ryunosuke. That's just not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was another person there! There was a woman sitting opposite him at his table. Dun dun dun. And that's not something the waiter could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, but still. Do the anime thing. Wait and see. I desperately want to say something, but I was told not to interject. We'll have our chance later. Your parents tell you to study. You're the kind of man who would diligently get to work, aren't you? I suppose I am. I'd have never gotten into May University otherwise. This guy and his fucking sword, please. You can't just always follow the rules in life, you know. I am in court, sir! I am literally in court! You know, surely I get a chance to cross-examine, do I not? Right, you've scared me. I won't forget that piece of advice in a hurry. And there is something I want to say. I'm just gonna shut my eyes and say it. Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. Yeah, but usually, like, okay, so the reason why I said wait and see is because usually in this game, or in the other games in the series, the way it works is they tell you their whole spiel, and then you get to cross-examine them. And like, you can't object during the first section. So that was why I said no. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table. Objection! Dear me, what are we going to do with you? Your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all? But I'm sure of what I saw. Also, Naga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of the events is hazy? Sus! Sus! No. Sussy Parker. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it. Actually, I have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please have a look if you'd like to. A sketch of the establishment's layout drawn by yourself, I presume. Stuff back here. I mean, there's like clearly writing on it. And like there's a symbol here as well. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. That makes sense. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. Clearly a very conscientious waiter. Thank you, sir. Court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well... Weird. Weird thing to object to. Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. There's something sus about it. What was the... Hang on. Yeah, it has to be something about the business card. Damn it, I can't look at it yet. I have to, like, investigate it and flip it over. He doesn't want his business card to be taken. It's gonna be something, like, really stupid. What was that about? He's, like, assassin. Can you imagine? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Whoa, buddy! Buddy! Certainly something seems to have shaken him. Buddy! Chill! Get a hold of yourself! So, the court has now heard a praesis of the case. Nice? Precis? I can do words. At the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant, the only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we're looking at a black and white case here. I want to look at this. But like, can I turn it over? Can I? No? Okay. You're not gonna let me turn it over to look at the... Okay. It would seem we're looking at the black and white case here. Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you. Fuck you! In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I called this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to court. But I must warn the defence, if you're determined to pursue matters further in this trial, the prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime. Let me guess it's the woman. What do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm gonna be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Didn't the witness say that there was no one else there? No one else around the table. Doesn't mean that there's no one else, like, able to witness the scene, I guess. But I do agree, it is fishy. Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual about these peculiarities. You've said it, Professor Mikotoba said it, and now the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent and I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face? I almost said throw that thrust back in my face. Okay, is that it? Don't guilt trip me like this! The accused is in fact innocent, and the defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just going to go to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? The battle hasn't even begun yet, Ryunosuke. Very Ryunosuke now I think about it. Okay. Cute! Getting spooked by him! The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. And we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is. Take that waiter to the seaside. Get him some clean, warm air. That's how we handle illnesses like this, isn't it? This time? Prosecutor Ouchi, please continue with proceedings. Well, you were warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint. But I can be a devil when I want to be. Fuck you. Yeah, he clearly needs just fresh air. Look, this is the Victorian era. There's not much more we can do for a chronic, like, lung infection or whatever it is this guy's got going on. You just need to take him somewhere dry and warm. Get him over to California or something. In a few short moments from now. Leeches? Maybe. I don't know if it's a humor's situation. That dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silent. Forever. The prosecution calls its next witnesses. Give him some leeches. Give him some, like, diuretics. He'll be fine. Give him some arsenic or mercury. He'll be fine. Witnesses, kindly state your names and occupations for the court. Holy shit, these two. Yes, sir, the Great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Isaya Nosa. Yes or no, sir? Yes, sir, no, sir. Of course it's yes, sir, no, sir. Reporting for duty, sir. Myself, I find employ as a purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the effluence of our nation Nippon. Oh lord, he's shaken. And conduct my trade from Rasute, a humble premises in the 2nd district. Kyoryo Korekuta at your service. It's the eyebrows for me. An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing. Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question. Must be the diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned. Myself, I love this guy. This guy's great. He didn't do it. He's fine. This guy, a little bit sus. Myself, I habitually take tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question, always post-noon. And not infrequently converse with interested parties regarding the curios which I make my business. Curio correct. Oh my god, Korekuta. Course. I did not catch that at all. Can't understand a word that old man is saying. He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at Le Carnival. I wonder if he's using like a dialect. I wonder if that's like a character trope that doesn't translate well to English. I wonder if he's using a specific form of language that is difficult for people to understand. Which, antiquated? What I'm looking for. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele. The name of his antique shop, Rasute, is likely a play on the word rusty. Oh my goodness. Ace Attorney! Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. What is he carrying? Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct? Affirmative. The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what only can be described as an act of war, sir! It was that black-uniformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearm, sir! That isn't possible to understand as the other. Dumb puns are my jam. This is the right... what's the word for it? The right series? No. The right property? No. You know what I mean. I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. Franchise! Thank you! The word escaped me there. This is the right franchise for you then. So this is the decisive evidence the prosecutor was threatening. Squints at the sound that was heard. I didn't hear it. Maybe I need to turn it up. I will listen carefully during his next testimony. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Yes. Dumb puns, all of them. I never played RuneScape. I got started on World of Warcraft and I never stopped. Well, actually that's not true. I did stop for a while, and then I came back to it. Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Yeah, I was about to say, like, have I ever been comfortable? Now the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Yes, sir! There's a baby! He has a baby attached to his back. Sir, yes, sir! Standing by, ready to report, sir. That's what the straps are. Yeah, he's got like what are they called? Hang on. Hang on. He's got like a baby Bjorn. Yes, that's what they're called. Oh. Who brings a baby to court? Unsavory memories of a most acerbic afternoon. He's going to be using a bunch of lingo that I don't understand. A bunch of formal language I don't get. Just a dad doing his best. What the witnesses saw. I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman. That precise moment a firearm was discharged, I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. But from the back, you say? From the back, you say? I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio. Absconded, you say? From the back, huh? So you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital moment? Indeed. The defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. That wicked university cadet, sir. The cruel and unforgivable enemy. Oi! That is a knife. Please do not draw the knife. Sir? Okay. I mean, I can't complain about him having the knife because, like, Kazuma has a knife. But can you not, like, wave it around? There is a baby next to you, sir, presumably. What times we live in when an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad light of day. But this is ridiculous! I didn't shoot anyone! Is that really true? What are you saying, Kazuma?! Is that really true, Reinosuke? Yes, all I did was pick up the gun that I saw lying on the floor. Of course I didn't fucking shoot him! After I said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then, when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant. I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. This was all a setup. Kazuma noticed what the ESO guy said and so I was like, yeah, he's trying to teach us. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. So I bent down and just as I was picking it up... No, this is before. The gun was left on the ground so that they can pull a gunshot and frame me for having a gun. This was all a setup. Is anyone dead yet? Me. No, but there is a baby in the courtroom. Like a literal baby. We haven't seen it yet, but we know it's here. Well, if that's the truth, then there was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. What if it wasn't even a gunshot and everyone's just assumed it was a gunshot? What if it was just like a loud banging noise? Safita's gonna testify? God, I hope so. And somewhere- I can't wait for the baby to start climbing over the, like, tough guy's back and, like, pulling on his mustache and shit. Like the slam yes sir did on the desk, which sounded exactly like the gunshot. See, I didn't even notice that bit of sound design, but you're right, exactly. Somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies there's a clue as to who that criminal was. A car backfiring or whatever period equivalent sound. Reinosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses. Cross-examine? Do it now. As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. A horse farting! It is time to bring this despicable student to justice. Certainly, the testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict this trial. My little anxious face! I love him so much! What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? I mean, the defense that advances its right to cross-examination. Thank you. I guess it's like sometimes isn't like hi used as like a hey, attention here, as well as like yes. I'm wondering if it's a translation thing. Dear me. Like, it's because he's a student, like an awkward student. Let me guess, the Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic. What? Huh? How did he know? The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination? The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant. Kazuma is so commanding. Oh! Fan self. Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses. This is where the battle really begins, Ryunosuke. I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Yes, we know he's on top. Get over it. Never. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witness's statement. How? You didn't fire the gun, which means that that soldier has to be a lie. Well, yes, but... Did I say that soldier has to be a lie? Hang on. What did I say? What did I... Hang on. What that soldier said has to be a lie. How did I misread that so badly? It's just a case of proving it, and the key to doing that is evidence. Right, evidence. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Which I have, to be fair. Well, let's go, Ryunosuke. Don't let them beat you. His wimpy little table slap.
No.
That was so cute. Why you nod at me? Why are you nodding? What the witnesses saw. Adjusting a regulation beefsteak, blah blah blah. It's interesting that we get to cross-examine two witnesses at the same time. That's really interesting. We're so wimpy, we are. Firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. Here it is. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, cowardly little weasel. Girl, I have an issue with that, actually. It's this one? Gunshot? No, it's this one.
Yes!
Bestie. Bestie! Everyone is so confused. Ow! Ow. Oh, there's a piece of meat just hanging out. Wait, what was that? What was that last... I didn't see what that last one was. Did somebody follow? It's not in my mini feed. Ah! Was that, or was that just the biddies processing? Oh, it was just the biddies processing. That's fine then. Highway existed. I always forget they come in late. Inconsistency, sir! I mean, yes! How he even, like, glances down at his hands, like, oh, come on. I mean, yes, there's a clear inconsistency here. What nonsense. What could this print possibly tell us that we don't already know? Well, obviously, that, I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out my mouth. Come on, say it. I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency. There is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom. Ah, this is so frustrating. Please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. To spell it out would be an insult to the court. Yes, Kazuma, yes! Ooh, the bells? Kazuma, what? I'm loving this theme! Ooh. What are you talking about? It's apparent from a single glance at the photographic print presented by the defense. Look at this photographic print! There's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement. What? Sergeant, yes sir, no sir. Yes sir, what sir? No, yes sir, no sir. The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian and from the back. The cowardly little weasel. Yes sir, affirmative sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir. Did you now? That says that's an insult to the military. How do you feel about that? No, that just can't be. And why not, cadet? Because... Come on, spit it out, bud. You can do it. Don't look at Kazuma! You can do it! You do it! I believe in you! God damn it. Take a close look at the print. Beloved, save us! Died from a bullet wound to the chest. Ah. Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. Looks at top for confirmation, please! And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? There it is! The baby! Begone, child. It's the baby! Forcing it back down. What was that? Something just popped up from behind his back, but he pushed it down again. Certainly there is a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa? Yes, sir, at this juncture that would appear to be indisputable. Oh, did you see his eye twitch just then? Hello! Hello, little guy! Until the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were firmly fixed on the delicious La Carnival steak, sir. What? The last testimony the court heard has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant E.S. Enosa, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all! That's absurd! I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom, excuse me? Absolutely destroyed Ouchie. Oh, I got an achievement called Inconsistency Steer. It's been a complete turnabout! He said the thing! He said the thing! A turnabout in the mood of this trial, just from that one discrepancy. I like slowly turned to Kazuma during that like shocked expression. That was really good. So this is what being an ace attorney, he did the thing twice! Is all about. Oh baby! Little baby! But I definitely saw him. Oh, the poor baby! University cadet there, he was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back. But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor. And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either? Myself, I have already been quite clear. You really shot him and then quickly shuffled around to the back, you say? Yes and no, sir, please! The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for treasure! Like, I know what he means, but out of context, this is such a bizarre conversation. Treasure? Whoa, 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 buddy! Indeed, the High Koban, my prized coin! Each occasion when I visit that restaurant, it is my habitude to place in my bosom pocket a particular trinket of interest from my shop, Rasute. In the hope of meeting rich diner who might like to buy it from me. Why am I still doing his voice? On the day under scrutiny, it was to the military man that I proffered my holy treasure. Does he have it? Did the baby steal it? I believed that he would purchase a rare find. I did not, but I was presented with little alternative. And then, after averting my eyes for the briefest of moments, whoa. He was there no more. It simply vanished. The baby took the coin. The baby took the coin. The baby took the baby took the baby took the coin. Hunting around under the table, I was in case mayhap it had fallen there, and then it happened. You heard the gunshot, you mean? Indeed I did, but I heeded it not, for I was concerned only with finding my absconded holy treasure. Nothing could distract me. Out of interest, did you find it? Did you find the coin in the end? No. Imagine crawling around at the table and hearing a gunshot and being like, fuck that shit, need my coin! He didn't care. Best way to be at that time. The lamentable day the precious Holy Kaban was lost to me. No doubt some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the wise coin for himself! Ooh! Deliberately looking away. As I'm sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. Once again, no, so just like looking away, yeah. Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court had just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels, it must be to the British. It would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now. What is your position, Prosecutor Ouchie? I knew it. I knew he was going to be smug as hell. Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back. My witness— this is a surprisingly complex, like, first case. I'm into it, though. My headphones have been reflecting the light from my window and confusing me greatly because I see something moving off to my right. Oh no! Oh, Grassfeld! My witnesses have further testimony to make. Explain. Upon hearing their next statements, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who could possibly have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Ugh. Very well, the court invites the witnesses to testify again. You will thoroughly examine the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegation. He just always is. Like, him, his descendants, it runs in the family. Although, I have to imagine that he's also been faced with an ultimatum where, like, oh, if you fail this, there will be grave consequences for you. Much like we have. Is that clear? As clear as Kiriko glass, Your Excellency. Yes, sir. At once, sir. Awaiting signal to testify, sir. Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think. Affirmative! The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up through the ranks, sir! Name Ido! I don't know, sir. God damn it. I don't know, sir. I don't know, sir. I don't know. I don't know. It would seem those straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny. Oh. I do. Tension! Ah! Your father is about to quell the enemy. Watch and learn, my boy. Adorable. Father of the year. True culprit. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. He's pointing his gun at a foreign man. He was that young man in black. That much I myself did see. You were too busy looking for your coin. How did you see anything? Visual search of the premises confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself. Therefore, no one other than the black-clad uniformed cadet could have dispatched the gentleman. Englishman. Over and out. Hello, Ghosty! There's a baby here now.
Yes!
Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all. But there was a woman! There was a young woman at his table! You must have seen her! Everyone here must have seen her!
Attention!
There is something going on here. You call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We're not here to listen to your fantasies. This young woman is clearly sus. Yeah, she really is. Ugh. Oh my god, Ghosty, it's like when you finally stop giggling and then you like start giggling at the fact that you were giggling. It is evidence beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact. Oh ho ho, evidence for us to pick apart, you say? Is this a photographic print of the scene of the crime, Counsel? Well, it sure does look alone. Who eats a steak and literally nothing else? Is it? Or is it like... hang on. Or is it just that we can't see the full steak? Because that was what I thought, but then I was like, maybe it was obscured. It does look more full. And the glass is more full, like, is empty. What the hell? Like, in that picture, the glass is half full. What is going on here? The table which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident. As can plainly be seen, there's only one playset. What the fuck is going on here? Based on the appearance of this print, it would be reasonable to conclude the victim was not in the company of anyone else. This doesn't make any sense. The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record. How am I supposed to compare and contrast them, though? Huffs and puffs and goes to make popcorn. Aww. The wine just going to waste? What's going on here? What if the wine was poisoned and the waiter drank it and that's why the waiter is coughing up blood? This isn't actually the case. But God, can you imagine? It's just not possible that nobody else saw that woman. The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true! I saw her! Maybe he sat down alone and then a woman joined him for a while and then she left. Be able to telegraph the report to the Great Britain on time after all. The witnesses' testimonies we've just heard leave no further room for doubt. Very sensitive political times, as we all know. The ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think that I, Takatsuchi Aochi, will have contributed to the amity of these two great empires is an honor. Oh no, he's doing the, like, hopeless phoenix thing. Oh, bestie, your nails, though. Stop bite- he definitely bites his nails. I used to bite my nails, and now I don't. I'm very proud of myself. Just this year I've managed to stop myself from biting my nails, like, entirely. I have so many nails now. Listen, hang on. Not really here, hang on. Let me get a glass instead. Or a mug. I have nails! That's 3? There's actually 4 nails. I've never bit my nails. Oh, I always did. And like, there was a point where I didn't bite my nails out of habit, but out of stim. Like, it would be like an activity for me if I was bored. Rather than like a habit when I'm anxious. And I sort of replaced that habit with other things like filing my nails. I tear mine off when I get too long. That's what I used to do. That's exactly what I used to do. And I haven't done that in a really long time now. I'm very happy with that. Like, even when I was trying to grow my nails before, like a few months ago, I kept on like tearing off one of them just for convenience. But now they're all here. I can't really hear it, but still. The judge is ready to rule. Stand tall, Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. What? What you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now it is your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth in your cross-examination. I still bite my lips sometimes. No, Kazuma. Defense is entitled to cross-examine the witness, but make it quick, understood? Frustrating when the evidence is so obviously sus, but you just, like, can't quite- yeah. Rules can be so unbending at times. Ugh. Kai Star Rail. Isn't that, like, the new Genshin property? Like, the same people made it, right? It just looks like Genshin in space. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was, that young lad clad in black, that much I did see. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman dining all by himself. Therefore, no one other than the black-clad uniformed cadet could have dispatched the English over and out. I believe you almost get kissed in the opening and then get denied at the last second. Wow, rude. What do you think, Ryunosuke? Oof. He looks so done. What's the matter? I can't find anything. He has such a nice face. I hate him. The only one present? What about the waiter? I don't think that's what they're talking about, but maybe? I'm done for. I can't win this trial. No. No. Listen, the first thing to do is calm down. I think I need to press them on stuff. Expect them to be full of holes each time, so just take your time and try to tease more information out of them. Yeah, this is one of those times where you need to, like, press them for information first. What do you mean? If you can't find anything obvious, press them on every statement until you do find something obvious. With luck, you may get more details, which could prove to be crucial. Right, I see. The important point is there's no sense in holding back. If anything even slightly jars with you, press the witness on it and press them hard. Ooh. I'll press them like blocks of tofu, or like you into me the wall the other night. I mean, what? The professor wasn't alone in the restaurant. I'm sure of it. One way or another, this cross-examination is going to prove that I'm right. Time to press them for all they're worth. My fate depends on it. Baby! It, by definition, is not the same thing. No, it's not the same thing at all! For a start, I didn't fire that gun! We have a difference of opinion on that. The opinion of an uniformed officer versus that of a fledgling cadet. Wow. When the top wants to be a switch. Oh, it is a struggle, let me tell you. I don't think so. Consider this, defendant. Just a moment ago, I blinked. Did you? Did you see it? Did you see me blink? How could I? And yet it is an undeniable fact that I did blink. That's false equivalence! Fuck you! Get out of here, Ouchie! Tension! Sound of a firearm rang in my ears, and at the very next moment, I saw you waving a gun at the Englishman. I think that says it all, don't you? 1 second. I just want to save, because I just had this moment of fear. Of like, what if my whole stream crashes after an hour and 45 minutes of this?
Please
thank you.
Save the game.
I think that says it all, don't you? Oh, thank you for the hydrate and the stretch. Let's do that. Hang on. Thank you. We're gonna reach all the way up to the sky, stretching out our arms and our back, and then it's gonna make a yawn, because it always does. And then we're gonna reach out to our sides. And then we're gonna put our left hand out like we're saying stop, and pull our fingers back towards our bodies. Hydrates with an energy drink, not the same. Boba, gin or vodka? Vodka. And again with the other side. And then we're going to reach out with our left fist like we just punched somebody and pull it down towards our bodies. And again with the other side. Okay. Let's not forget the antiques dealer witnessed the accused in the most incriminating position as well. Isn't that so, Korekuta-san? Korekuta. Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man, he was that young. Okay, I thought you said you were too busy. Korekuta-san, yes. Yes, it may be true that I was holding the gun at that point in time. But I've told you already, that's only because I picked it up off the floor. Well, obviously, it's the culprit. That's the only way you could explain it away. I just finished drinking my coffee and I was about to leave the restaurant when I noticed a gun on the floor. Dr. Wilson's feet, so I picked it up. And exactly at that moment, bang! Gunshot rang in my ears. Full of events beyond our control, life is. Sorry, what do you mean? In your case, you found a pistol on the floor and picked it up, which precipitated this testing predicament. Whereas conversely, I failed to pick up the Kuban from the floor. I find myself in an equally testing predicament as well. Huh? Anyway, the fact remains. Myself, I did see you. with pistol in hand, standing over the foreigner. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises. Yeah, this thing.
Yes!
You must have noticed someone else at Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there. As you have been at pains to point out time and again, I feel like I'm growing a callus in my ear. And yet, no one else appears to have even caught a glimpse of this woman. Ugh. If only there'd been more people dining there at the time, and someone else would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 PM when it happened. A quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant. You know, of course the place was almost empty. What you'd expect. 2 PM is neither here nor there in terms of a time to eat. I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day, and why he was alone. He was being set up! Yes, Your Excellence. See, there was indeed a reason. What about motive? Like, what motive do I have to kill this man? I barely knew him. There was? This was found in the victim's jacket pocket. What is that, Counsel? It is a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior to revisiting the restaurant. Not in this game. Oh, the Hotter clinic? Really? We're still dealing with the Hotter? Oh, well, I guess before it was the Hottie clinic. Fucking creepy doctor. We appear to be entry for the date in question. You sit and hold on to it. Believe me, it's the worst. It's one of the worst places in the original trilogy. It's run by like a really fucking creepy ass doctor who may not actually be running it, but like claims to be, and also other people seem to accept that. It's weird. 19th November, noon to past 1 PM. Very day of the incident. The victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit the evidence before, as it really had no bearing on the case. I wonder, what do you think, Ryunosuke? Well, it's hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. Yeah, sure. I mean, the worst thing is that we get more evidence, right? Yes! If I may, I'd like to ask for that medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency. On what grounds? The court has already had conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern.
Objection!
Whether or not they're of concern is up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues. If you want to do positive things for the case, so true. There are times, though, where you, like, there's a time where if you say yes and you present something, you get a bad end and you have to restart. You accidentally incriminate your client. I expect we will, Moose. He looks so much more confident in the poster. Oh, I just saw something that really doesn't bode well for Kazuma! The picture that I posted in the Discord. Oh no! Kazuma, what happens to you? Why does Ryunosuke have your sword with your headband on it? Hopefully he just has to stay for some reason, sends us in his place with his sword. Posted it in the meme review, now I have to look at this. Yeah. Nah, why would we? I beg your pardon? You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for submission of evidence. Very well. The court will grant the defense's request. Youngsters these days are all forever asserting their rights. It's almost a disturbing trend. Oh, how dare they have rights. Disgusting. Yeah, fuck you, Ouchie. Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report card to the court record. You don't mind if you do. Ah! Fine. Yep, cool. What we need right now is new clues. You have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first. Right, I hear you. You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you'd like, but in the day after the festival already for you? What? That's gotta be a phrase I just don't get. Or perhaps you'd forgotten that these witnesses' testimonies leave no room for doubt. Feel free to reiterate for the accused, Korekta-san. Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself.
Yes!
Shot in the front, ouchie, for real. You actually saw that with your own eyes, did you? The victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone. Oh, that's a long time to respond. That I did. Forgive me for the position I place you in. That's weird. They've been paid off or something. Like, something's going on here with these witnesses. They've been threatened, they've been paid off. Maybe they're just in the pocket of Ouchie, but like, something's going on. The testimonies of the old man, the soldier, and the waiter all agree on that point. Isn't that interesting? Let us not forget the incontestable evidence that we have to support their statements as well. As can clearly be seen, there's only a single beef steak on the victim's table, a meal for one. No. Hang on. I want to check something. Aha! Okay, hear me out here, right? Okay, I figured it out. I figured something out, I think. You only see, in this picture, you only see this half of the table. But in this one you see both sides of the table. What if there was like another set that was then removed specifically and it was swapped with this one? Saying. Ooh, I can zoom in on the... Ooh, hoo hoo. Why is he facing away from the table anyway? That is also a good question. The antiques dealer, the sergeant, and the waiter who testified before. It's not impossible that they're all lying. But if so, then why? If I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea. Okay. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. We've gleaned some new information now. Well, yes, but I don't feel like it changes much. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. I wouldn't be so sure. See that medical report card you got before? Oh, you mean this?
Save the game.
Thank you. give me a second. I have to pick something up off the floor that I knocked off earlier. Ah! I'm back. So perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. Okay, now it's going to teach us how to examine things. Okay, it's not going to let us do it yet, I guess. We have to get through the tutorial. Press space and you can take a closer look at the piece in question. Oh my god, I can do that? Okay, that changes everything. I want to go back and look at the, I want to go back and look at the business card real quick. I can't turn it around! It lied to me! Fine. Yeah, I did notice that. Rotates the evidence in all directions and examines it from all angles. Yeah, it's because the business card is just like an illustration, whereas these are like 3D models. Move the crosshairs around to hunt for clues that may have been missed before. The crosshairs start to pulsate. Did you really have to use the word pulsate? Couldn't you have said flash? Press space to investigate further. Pulsate is such an evocative word. So partner. Yeah. So babe, I think you should take a closer look at this medical report card. Just replace every use of the word partner with babe. See if there isn't something new to be learned by examining it in more detail. Alright, I'll see what I can do. You to use up, down, left, right, WASD, and space to inspect any of the evidence that looks suspicious. Inspect every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Okay. It says Hotter Clinic on this medical report card. Hi guys! I hate clinics almost as much as I hate hospitals and surgeries. I mean, that's fair in this time of the in history, valid. You would never want a surgery. Aren't they all the same? I was 5, I caught the only cold I ever had in my life. I remember, even though I felt awful already, I had to have this hideous injection in my right arm. Ugh, never forget it. Never in my whole life! Most people would give their right arm to have only had one cold in their whole life. Anyway, I don't think this is a clinic where they treat people for illnesses like that. Keep looking for clues, we don't want to miss anything. Let's turn it around. Ooh, hello. Hello. What is this? Whoop. Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. Ah, and there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical amnesia. Oh, so he shouldn't have been eating! He shouldn't have been eating! Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? It would seem so. Just before the incident, he'd had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they used laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. And it's hard to believe that there's anything that can actually stop you from feeling pain. Oh, there's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Do not eat solid foods. Strictly no food or drink beside the water for 3 hours post-procedure until anesthetic effects have passed. Really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. Suck my dick, people in court. New information. The meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. I think it's time we listen to the testimony again, don't you? Definitely. He was a doctor, of course, so of course he's gonna follow the instructions. Yeah! Even if what I saw. Okay, which one? Alone, he was dining all by himself. How about you stick this up your ass and lick it?
Yes!
Don't question that. Don't question what I just said. Well, I think, what are you wittering, lad? You call yourself a lawyer? Wish I could. But first and foremost here, I'm the accused. Hey, Inosuke. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. I could see it quite clearly in that cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hand straight up like that, purposefully. You knew exactly what it was you wanted to say. How about next time, instead of raising our hand, we point at them really dramatically? Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. Oh no. I really hope Kazuma doesn't die in the second case like Mia! I just realized he's taking the Mia role. He even like folds his arms like she does. Alright, and thanks for the advice. And like that combined with the fact that in the official artwork, Naruhodo's carrying his sword with his headband on it. Mia, yeah, I won't explain Mia. You can find Mia out. She's big titty lady. Yeah. Correcta-san. This is a medical report card belonging to the victim. Ah, I see. And I don't see. What of it, boy? Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement. The little slap. So good. Something clearly doesn't add up.
Objection!
Dear me, dear me. Have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur? Sorry, what? You are not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish drivel! Fuck you. But... let's see if I can explain in words that you might understand. Your words and choke on them, ouchie, yeah, for real. It's after 2 PM in the afternoon. 2 PM in the afternoon, huh? When the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant. No, it isn't, little bitch, and maybe you should read your work. Read your evidence in advance. Perhaps, maybe. Remember, Ryunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point. Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There's surely no need to prolong this trial further. Read the evidence that you had yourself. Yeah, for real. Either that or he knew it and he's just been like trying to make sure that we dismiss it because he doesn't want it brought up. That's why he didn't submit it earlier and objected to submitting it later. The witnesses' testimonies in the court have been clear and concise. Concise. This medical report card has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else beside this pale-faced pupil who could have possibly perpetrated the... He did a proper slam! Guys, he did an actual slam! He did a full-on slap! The medical report card has nothing to do with the case. Do you really believe that? What? Your outburst has half petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could I possibly be relevant? Perhaps because Hotter Clinic, which issued the report card. is a dental clinic. Oh, the drama, the music, the theme, here it comes! A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me? Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted? What's this now? And furthermore, if I told you that as a result the victim had been forbidden from eating. Oh shit! Just what are you trying to say, Cadet? He had orders not to eat, so what? It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than the water for 3 hours post-procedure, while anesthesia wears off. What? No, that can't. Correcto-san. What boy? What? As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 PM, the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all. No. Additionally, there's more. You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. Hell yeah, slaps! Slap that bench! That could not possibly be the case! Correcto-san, more like correct yourself! Because the victim, as we know, had just one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of the anesthetic. Oh shit! Expertly done, partner. Oh, maybe don't unsheath your sword. We are in public. I know. Thanks, babe. Thanks, boo. What is this nonsense, you little upstart? The music. These are just baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence. Please unsheath your cord so that the courtroom your partner needs it. Moose! Moose, that is inappropriate. You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table. Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic? How dare you? I think it's fair to say that tables in this restaurant case have turned. Oh! How the turntables. Wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke? Yes, most definitely. So having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves you one very crucial conundrum. Who in fact was eating the pictured beefsteak? Oh, how the chair table turns! How the churn table! The turntable turned the table about! Oh, how the tables have turnabouted. Tables do turn about. Done. Nailed it. Nailed it. Oh, how the tables do turn about. The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel. How the churn ables. How the table does churn. Counsel? Oh, that means me, doesn't it? Alright, the answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of your turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of. Got it. So, the person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been an as yet unknown third party. Me? Imagine if he was like, it was I! 'Twas I that ate the steak! Obviously, it could only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table. You will not let this go, will you? There was no such person. Yes, there was, because I saw her. When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a heart-eaten steak on the table. Like, truly ang this training about. What is happening? Calm down, kids, or I'll turn this trial around. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witness testimonies are unreliable. Sorry. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial. Kazuma, are you insane? You would take on the government. Don't worry, Counsel, I have no issue with you. What do you mean? I have an issue with them, those two witnesses in the stand. What are you talking about? We've demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone, so if it now turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously you will be charged with perjury. Oh my god, is somebody actually talking about perjury? Holy shit, perjury exists in this universe? Perjury? And since poor Inosuke existed, you know what, true? What happened? And since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit in the killing. Complicit in murder? No! Get wrecked. Oh, the baby! The baby's shocked face! This is why it got removed. It is. No, negative. There was no mention of the tactical meeting. Tactical meeting, you say? I was just following orders. That's right, as the man says. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they, told us. Oh. Oh, busted! What did you just say, Karakuta-san? Oh, he's shaking. Oh, no. You were just following orders? Now hold on, lad. I was, Say you never saw the gentlewoman? Then you say... When you say gentlewoman, do you mean... You saw the victim with a lady from overseas? Oh! Gasp! What?
Objection!
What is the meaning of all this? You're in trouble. These witnesses gave false statements? Is this true, you pair? This also means that the waiter gave a false statement, because the waiter served them their food. He would know. I bet the waiter put them up to this. Just one simple slip of the tongue. Yeah, slip of the tongue, sure. Oh, he's shaking. Counsel, explain what's going on here. It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth. Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this. Oh, Bestie, come on, you were slamming so well earlier. Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut? Well, he is pulling on him! I knew he would! I knew it! That's classified! So you're prepared to be tried as conspirator to this murder, are you? Oh, poor guy. Poor bastard. You wouldn't. This can't be happening. Ryunosuke? Judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe Ouchi had any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. Could have only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. God, I want to find out about the waiter's business card so bad! It's gotta be important. Like, what if he's a policeman or something? The military who are all in the jury, you say? Very, very good point, actually. That is a concern. If we can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit. We need to name whoever it was that tried to make the witnesses keep their mouths shut. Of course, we'll need evidence before we make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever did it really did wield his or her power here. But how? How can we possibly... Remember how we made progress before? Are you gonna let me look at it now? Are you gonna let me look at it now? Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything to make sure that there's nothing we've missed. Please let me look at the business card, please! There's no time to lose. I want answers! We're gonna get to examine the business card. I fucking hope we will. Proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you, the penalty will be severe. Please wait, Your Excellency. I had no idea about any of this. I swear to every Shinto god. I knew nothing. And what does the defense have to say about all this, hmm? Well, Your Excellency, let me take a look. Let me take a look at this. Will you let me turn it around now? Yes! This is different! It's gonna let us— Yes! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! Well, that's unexpected. Thank you! Thank you! I knew it from the moment I saw the business card. I was like, hmm. The moment he was like reluctant to give it over, I was like, oh, that's important. That's important. Satoru Hosonaga. Well, yes, business cards do tend to show the person's name, and that's sort of the point. It's not the name that's unexpected, it's his job title. And prevent you, right? For real. His job? Oh! Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga. Primary Criminal Investigation Division. I cannot read anymore. Oh, that's because I'm going 25. Nobody told me I was 25 minutes overrunning. No wonder I'm starting to crack. Well, we'll finish up this little bit because I feel like there's going to be a stopping point coming up soon. Inspector, what on earth? Yeah, honestly, I'm into it. I have no idea. But let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence. They're wielding it somehow here. Waiter's business card information has been updated. The police? Corrupt? No, surely not. No time to think. I'm just going to have to close my eyes and shout out the first name that comes into my head. Oops. Besides the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witnesses is... Oh, he's so pretty. I like him a lot. I hate that he's a cop.
Yes!
My new sweetheart, the suspicious one. I was suspicious of him from the start. Didn't change how much I liked him. The fact- Look. I would have been totally fine if he had been the murderer. I'm mad that he's a cop. Well, surely that would be Satoru Hasunaga. Hello, Fanny. How's it going? Waiter who took the stand earlier? Objection! Poppycock! What possible reason would the waiter have had to make these witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not possibly have that level of influence. The type being Boba's own character design? Shush. For once I would agree with you. That is, the man if that is, the man truly were a waiter. What if he truly were? Come on, Ryunosuke. Time to hit the court with the truth. Is it so bad to design characters that I find attractive? Whoa, whoa, whoa! You good? You good, V-Shape Studio? What just happened? Calm down. I can't, apparently. The truth about Satoru Hosonaga-san's real identity as proven by this evidence. His business card, baby. Oh, no, I don't want...
Yes!
Plan of the restaurant sketched by a man in question? By the man in question? I agree it shows a great attention to detail, but I'm not sure we can conclude anything. Sorry, Your Excellency, it's the back of the card. Or rather the front of the card. The back of the card that's of interest. I beg your pardon? Or perhaps I should have said at the front, thank you. Yes, it's the front of the card. Sorry, the front of the back of the card. That's what the telling detail is. You're doing amazing, sweetie. Would somebody please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say? Hosonaga-san sketched the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. The front of that business card reveals the man in question's profession, his true profession. Waiter's profession? But that surely... Good gracious! That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads, Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. What? There's something I've noticed about this game and it's gonna bother me for the rest of the game, especially if I don't say it. The exclamation mark and the question mark look like they belong to a different font. I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before? Imperial Police Bureau has immense power. Absolute power as far as civilians are concerned. So, witnesses there in the stand. Holy shit, we're unearthing, like, full-on corruption in our entire country right now. For our first case of the game? In fact, the waiter who gave you the orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene? Well... Who dis? Inspector Hosonaga! I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Yes, same, buddy! You acted real suspicious! Okay, he's kinda hot! He is! Of course. You are. Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. Strive to carry out all investigations flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. Flawlessly, like, instructing people to lie. It was an unusually careless mistake. Ah! Do you mean to say you're really a detective? How would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? Your salary must be terrible! I was working undercover! I wonder if he was like... These two were doing something illicit, like with the antiques, like smuggling. Undercover? Yes, there have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter, working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. Sus. However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to this case of homicide. Really now? Very well then, Inspector Hosonaga, but you will elaborate on one point for the court. Yeah, really, it is very sus. Of course, Your Excellency. We've just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. At the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. If that is indeed true, clearly you would also have been aware of this person's presence, having served the table in question. Exactly! However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner, therefore I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as police officer, you required these witnesses to be in agreement. That be correct? Ahem. Ooh, shiny glasses. Correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable! As I suspected. I legitimately, for a brief second, thought that was happening in the courtroom. As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair, and beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim at the same table was a young lady, whom I guessed to be an Englishwoman. She was there then as well? I thought she had left by then. Immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the bureau. Like, I know he said that she was there talking to him, but I honestly thought by the time he found the gun, she had gone, because he didn't mention her at that point. Everything's fine. And then I received some special orders. Special orders? You mean to say... Remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once. Made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders. Concern, to be honest. I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. Wait, sorry, What if the Englishwoman was the killer? I think the Englishwoman is the killer, guys! The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. As an Englishman has been murdered on our soil, to name an Englishwoman as the primary suspect, well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question. That's the reason for the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case. But it's not right! Blame it on the Brits. Honestly, they deserve it. One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Kazuma? Yuma University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain. Fairly certain that one of them, studying in the medical faculty's research laboratory, is a young Englishwoman. What? Shrewd man. Oh shit. See why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. What if that puts him in trouble? Oh, he's gonna paint a target on his back. No! Remove the woman from the scene of the crime. I thought it prudent to check her identity first. You name the lady at once, Inspector. The English woman sitting at the university professor's table was a certain Miss Giselle Brett. Giselle Brett. I don't get it. And that was my first thought, Grassfeld, but like, it's not close enough. Like, it's not yes sir, no sir. He's indeed a foreign student studying in the research laboratory of Yuma University's medical faculty. What is happening here? Admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene. It's not a pun name, huh? No, let him play! And ordered these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. It must now be up to your excellency to decide how to deal with the situation. Very well, my thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise. Namely, that the victim was dining alone. However, as we have now discovered that this premise is false, it would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point. Yes, Judge!
Objection!
Oh, huh. That would be quite a deep cut. I mean, missing the noon deadline of a ruling in order to send a telegraphic report to Great Britain. Our own government will surely be very displeased by such actions. It's been 3 days, they can wait another day. Calm yourself, Counsel. Will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings of my courtroom. Fuck yes, Judge! Oh, also I just noticed something that really frustrates me. This Ouchie's hair clips into his glasses right here. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes, sir. You will locate this... I keep going to Jezebel. Giselle Brett. And escort her to the courtroom with utmost urgency. I could give you details on the Japanese name, but it would involve spoilers. Yeah, don't do that. But let me know at the end of the thing. Means you'll be going against special orders you were given from the police bureau. As I said before. It is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly. So it won't be a problem? Hello? Nothing will get in my way? I love you. Sorry, hello? Cutie. Don't die, please. Court will adjourn briefly. Prosecution must call the English student Giselle Brett to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear? Yes. Your Excellency! 30-minute recess before reconvening. Oh, that's it! That's it, we're done! Thank you guys for joining me today. Just a little bit,
Please save
just
the
45 minutes over time. That's okay. I'm not going to send you guys to anybody because I need to dash off, actually. I need to go to the shop before it closes. So, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. And I will see you guys again on Sunday for hopefully the rest of this case. If not, I might be able to squeeze in an hour of it on Tuesday, but we'll see. I'm very much enjoying this game so far. I'm very much looking forward to the conclusion of this case. And until I see you guys again on Sunday, I want you guys to keep your eyes on the stars, take care of yourself, and don't forget to wear your safety goggles, okay? Bye-bye!